And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. You'll notice I'm in a different location. I'm at my girlfriend's house. The reason for this is the power isn't out at my house, but unfortunately the cable bill was a little past due this week. So they did a shutdown for our internet and cable at my house. The check's in the mail. We just got to wait for it to get turned back on. So for the time being, you'll probably see me be doing videos from this location, which is my girlfriend's house is nice. So, and she has no problem with this. Sorry, I had to hydrate because it's hot out. So, yeah, that being said, I got to play catch up. I do have my what if from yesterday recorded. I recorded it earlier today because luckily my OBS doesn't need the internet to work. Anyway, from JJ Beast, we have the question of who wins in a fight, Mr. Mxyzptlk versus Bobobo-bo Bo-bobo from Bobobo-bo Bo-bobo. So this entire fight comes down to a scaling issue. That's really what it comes down to. At Mxyzptlk's peak, is he stronger than Bobobo? Because Bobobo has some really crazy, crazy scaling because just of the nature of that series, it gets weird. He's literally created what are called super dimensions before. He's capable of being he's a multiversal level powerhouse and possibly beyond. I mean, in terms of, he has transformations like Super Bobo, which puts him in the multiversal range, creating extra dimensional dimensions and destroying extra dimensional dimensions. He's apparently has a genius level intellect. He doesn't take certain fights seriously though, and is prone to having his power nullified. Same weaknesses. So he's not infallible by any stretch of the means. Although in this world he is very, very, very powerful. But Mxyzptlk, as I would call it, that's not quite how it's pronounced, but that's as close as I've ever gotten to it, is... In fact, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to get the pronunciation of Mr. Mxyzptlk. Mr. Mxyzptlk... Give me... No, I want Mr. Mxyzptlk. Mr. Mxyzptlk pronunciation. There we go. It is Mxyzptlk. Sorry, Mxyzptlk. So Mxyzptlk, it's Mxyzptlk. So Mxyzptlk, Mr. Mxyzptlk, Gilbert Godfrey. I just can't help messing with that guy. God rest your soul, Gilbert Godfrey. We miss you. I don't care the whole bad comment thing. He was a comedian. They all made bad comments. Yeah, maybe it was in bad taste, but so what? He was still funny as hell. We miss you like crazy. His power apparently does not wane, but it's all depends on the writers too. But also, there are circumstances where he's not as powerful as he should be. It all depends on what he's doing, because theoretically he should be able to beat Superman no problem, but he instead just screws with him, and Superman ends up winning. Then they continue to overpower Superman over the years. So really, it's now one of those things where Superman could probably beat Mr. Mxyzptlk in his sleep. But the fact is, Mr. Gilbert is a fifth dimensional imp. He scales way beyond a lot of other beings. Hell, he scales technically over Darkseid. Technically. In fact, hold on. Mr. Mxyzptlk versus Darkseid. Is he stronger than Darkseid? And to take rounds easily, and how easily is so. In terms of how strong he is, they have a lot say that he is. He's actually about as strong as Darkseid. In fact, True Form Darkseid arguably is stronger than him. But Mr. Mixie, if we'll call him that, Mixie, is better reality warper. And again, that's just Comic Vine's opinion. There's other interpretations as well. But the point is, he's a fifth dimensional imp with abilities far beyond that of even like higher level DC characters on a good day. The problem for him comes down to the fact that, similar to Bobobo, his ego gets in the way. He can easily be tricked and lose the fight. And that's, I think, what this really comes down to. I think in terms of raw overall power between the two, Mxyzptlk actually is probably the strongest at their peaks. Although Bobobo's ceiling might be debatable, and probably by the Bobobo fandom, it is, they'll probably say, oh, he'd crush him. But the fact is, Bobobo is probably smart enough to be able to trick Mxyzptlk and make him go away. In an outright fight, like power to power wise, I'd say that Ptolk probably is the stronger, and again, fifth dimensional versus, because he goes beyond multiverse. That's the thing. Mxyzptlk is beyond a universal being or multiversal being. He's a fifth dimensional being with insane levels of power that, if he really wanted to, could be a true and utter menace. And a lot of people kind of forget that fact about him. But because he's so easy to dupe, I mean, don't get me wrong, Superman is a genius in his own right too. But the fact is that anyone who's smart enough, and it wouldn't take a super genius to outsmart him, because lesser characters, I'm pretty sure I've outsmarted him before. And I'm not saying dumb characters, but I'm saying characters with half a brain could outsmart him. Then if Bobobo is in fact the genius, which he's been described as, then Bobobo should be able to outsmart him. So in this circumstance, I'd give the fight to Bobobo, just because at the end of the day, he'd figure out a way to outsmart him. But this is just my opinion. Let me know if you feel differently or if you agree. And if you disagree, just be respectful and just give me your reason for disagreeing. Don't be one of those idiots. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.